Hello, I'm back. The hair is growing on me. I don't hate it as much today. I also put on some makeup, so that's making me feel better. I had a decent work day today. Didn't cry in front of my boss again today. I went to book club after work. Felt very good. And at book club just now, I told a story that I learned yesterday, and it's so interesting to me that I'm going to tell it to the internet too. So, as I've mentioned, my special interest is researching my own family history. Me and Ancestry.com were like this. And I come from very early settlers, white settlers of the United States. I mean, I found people in my family who lived here in the 1500s. The Mayflower didn't even land until the 1600s, and we were like 2, 3 generations into living here when the Mayflower landed. I mean, it's really incredible just to think about. So when I can find stories about these early settlers, they're usually insane because they have lasted for 300, 400 years to make it to my ears and eyes on the internet, right? So listen to this story. So I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna do a little slideshow right now of some of my ancestors. Starting with my father, who lived from 1959 to 2001, my grandfather, 1932 to 2019, his mother, Iola, who lived from 1914 to 1957, her mother, Murdy May Bailey, who lived from 1886 to 1920, her father, William Clay Bailey, who lived from 1865 to 1921, his mother, Clara Peters, who lived from 1834 to 1882, and then her father, Thompson Peters, who lived from 1805 to 1884. So this story is about Thompson Peters, the last guy we saw there, his grandparents, Mitchell and Phoebe Clay. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, this story is fucked up all around. I think we know what American history was like, and my ancestors that have been here since the 1500s are not free from guilt of the horrific crimes that were committed in this country, okay? So, Mitchell and Phoebe Clay, right? Mitchell Clay fought in the French Indian War. And as a reward for participating in this war, he was gifted a piece of land in Mercer County, Virginia. And he and Phoebe, his wife, were the first white people in Mercer County, Virginia. They were the first white settlers there. This story takes place in 1770. So they're the first white settlers on this land. And I learned that there is a statue of my great 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 grandparents in front of the Mercer County Courthouse in what is now West Virginia. You see, West Virginia split off from Virginia during the Civil War to fight for the North. Okay. And this statue of Mitchell and Phoebe Clay is of them embracing sorrowfully, and it's called, I think it's called the agony of tears or the agony of sorrow. I'll put a picture, okay, and the correct name here. So this is a statue of Mitchell and Phoebe Clay, my ninth great grandparents. So they're the first white settlers in Mercer County. And one day, I'm assuming early on in their settlement, they have a little farm, right? And the local Shawnee Native Americans showed up one day to their farm and murdered 3 of their children. And once again, let me state it again. Mitchell Clay had this land because he fought in the French Indian Wars. Like, let's just keep that in perspective, because I am sure that he murdered many Native Americans, okay? I'm not here to make anti-Native American propaganda. It just kind of is what it is, all right? So the local Shawnee people showed up and murdered 3 of their children one day. It was 2 sons and 2 daughters that they have. The oldest son was shot and then scalped. One of the daughters was lacerated to death, so I'm assuming with like a knife or maybe a sword or something, and then she was also scalped. And then the younger son was kidnapped, and they took the younger son back to their encampment and burned him alive. So this statue of my ninth great grandparents is a is like a to commemorate this horrific crime that happened to them, right? Which is, it's so interesting, right? Like, in, of course, in American history, the statue would be for the white people who got killed, right? Never mind that they were only there because they had killed a bunch of Native Americans. But anyway, so super interesting story. And now I guess that the land where this took place is supposed to be haunted, right? And these days there is now a rusted abandoned amusement park sitting on top of this haunted land where this horrific crime took place. And Thompson Peters, if we remember him, he was their grandchild. He was the son of a daughter they had after the massacre. So it's not really an uplifting story, but it's an interesting story, right? That was my family. That was my family. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in the video. That's pretty dark, and I'll keep it in. I'll keep it in, but yeah, it's an interesting story, my family. Of course, at that time, I mean, like, you know, you have two parents, you have four grandparents, you have eight great grandparents. I mean, up into the ninth generation. And eventually, you're talking about thousands of ancestors living at the same time, you know? So this is just one branch of my family, but wow. Yeah, I told that story at book club, and the girl next to me was like, that's the most American thing I've ever heard in my life. So anyway, yesterday I wasn't doing great. I accidentally cried at my boss at work. I'm supposed to be getting my period yesterday. I didn't get it yesterday. I also didn't get it today. It'll happen. It'll happen. I failed miserably at doing my healthy habits yesterday. I think I only did one. Yep. So for Monday, we got one, which is that I woke up to my alarm. I did not brush and floss my teeth twice a day. I did not stretch. I did not clean the cat box. I ate way more than 1,500 calories. I uh I actually binged a large pizza late in the evening. I only ate half of it, but still I was so uncomfortably full. 65 grams of protein? I mean, possibly, but I sure as fuck wasn't keeping track of what I was eating, so I can't know, so that doesn't count. Did not drink 100 ounces of water, did not stop eating 3 hours before I went to bed, did not pick up my house before I went to bed, so I woke up to a mess this morning. And I certainly did not get 8 hours of sleep. I had to take 2 sleeping pills and 2 Xanax to get myself to calm it down enough to be able to sleep. But luckily today I'm feeling better. So let's do some chores. I did laundry during work, so now I have to put it away. Also, pretty sure if I finish this bottle, I'll be at my water goals. All my clothes and underwear and socks and pants are hung up and put away. What if I just like super intense POV'd me cleaning the cat box? I won't do it, but wouldn't that be kind of funny? And the poopies go in the trash. I laid out my outfit for tomorrow so that when I wake up, it's just a no-brainer. All the dishes are done. I'm gonna stretch on this mat. All right, so what do you got here? The alarm, I actually didn't get up with my alarm this morning, so that one's blank for the day. I have brushed and lotioned one time. I just did my stretching. I cleaned the cat box. I stayed within 1,500 calories. I know because I'm already done eating. I have to finish this, but I will. I've already stopped eating for the night. Reset, pretty much everything is in its place, so I'm gonna assume I got this one. And 8 hours of sleep, that's just to be determined when I can get off my phone. And I will get off my phone and I will sleep 8 hours. So that's my story. And happy Vlogmas Day 12. I'm just, keeping on doing my thing. After having a bad day yesterday, gotta return back to the basics, do your chores, take care of yourself. And now I have about an hour and a half before I have to go to bed. And honestly, I'm probably going to do some more Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com, sponsor me. Sponsor me. You will never meet a more dedicated promoter of your website. I haven't even gotten into my DNA results. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.